Hello, everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Anuttara, and I have been promising you a video for 2 weeks now on my journey that I decided to go through, my raw vegan journey, my raw vegan diet that I decided to experiment. And I'm here now to share with you this experience, how it has been so far. First, let me apologize for the time that it took me, but here I am, and I couldn't be in a better place to share with you everything that has been going on with this path. But let me start from the beginning. Let me start before I actually go into how I feel physically, mentally, and how this is changing me, even on my spiritual practice. I would like to share with you a little bit about me and about why I decided to try. I have been in a yoga path. I call it a lifestyle. I don't call it practice only, because it is a lifestyle. Once that you get yourself immersed into it and understand the beauty of the path and the beauty of like going deep within yourself to get to know yourself a little bit more, you understand that the physical is just a little tip of the iceberg, if I can use this analogy. But so much more for us to go deep into it in the path and get to know more about ourselves. So that's the major goal. But anyhow, I have been in this yoga journey for 12 years now, on and off into the path. And I will briefly tell you why on and off, and what has happened in the past for me to get away for a little bit. But as and interesting talking about the physicality of yoga, because I chose as a career, I chose as a path, as my profession, to work with fitness, to work with the physical aspect of being human, I would say. I went to school for exercise and science, and I was a basketball player. I always been very active, and I saw myself doing that, and that's what I did. So when I was about on my mid-20s, it's when I got into that self-questioning. I almost couldn't accept that my profession would be just about helping people to lift weight up and down, and just like this physical part of people. You know, I always knew that I wanted to help. I always knew that I wanted to help improve people's lives, those that would come in touch with me. But I had this knowing inside that it was more than just physical. I always had this truly belief of mind and body connection, at least, to say the least, the mind and body. And so, you know, when we have this knowing and you have this curiosity inside of you of knowing more of what could be, I believe that the universe conspires for you to be in the right place, know the right people, and all of that. And I got an opportunity to work in a very respected yoga studio in Rio, where I used to live. And in that opportunity, I got to meet incredible teachers. I got to do many classes and get exposed to many styles from Ashtanga to Iyengar to Bikram. It was really special. I got to be exposed to all of them. And when I came to the United States, shortly after I came to the United States, I knew that I wanted to go into this path and become a yoga teacher and do a yoga certification. And I ended up in Massachusetts when I first came to the United States, and I got the opportunity to do my first 200-hour training in Hatha Yoga. But at the time, I was really in love with Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga, and I was practicing consistently. And I got married then, and then moved and start studying, doing trainings in Ashtanga Vinyasa when I was in Virginia. So the yoga path, the yoga journey became very strong in my life at that time and place of my life. And I was following the journey as we believe, which it is causing no harm to any living being, switching into a plant-based diet, which was very new for me, coming from Brazil, coming from a country which we are carnivores, which we eat tons of meat. It was a challenge. It was interesting for my mother to see my transformation physically and everything. It was an interesting path then, but I went with it, and it was wonderful. It was beautiful, and you know, I have this acceptance of also how life can bring us to different paths, and it's almost like shortcuts, or sometimes just a turn to the other side for you to get to know the other side too. And I start getting to get a little bit personal, but by getting personal, I can really share with you exactly the reasons why I'm here, and how I'm here, and maybe this can help you in any way, shape, or form, because we all have challenges. We all have periods in our lives that we need to overcome some challenge and some pain and some grief, and it's good to relate to each other that way. And you know, in this phase that we are so connected via internet, and we can talk with anybody in the planet, yet is the time that we are mostly disconnected to each other. So I believe in this connection here, and I hope that this can maybe help you to relate with the story in any way, shape, or form. And I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I had good lighting, and now it seems like it's really dark. But I hope you can see me. But anyhow, so I kept going in my path, and when I moved to Florida, I am right now, and my marriage started going into a direction that wasn't, you know, ideal for people that want to be together. And we decided to split. We divorced, and that was a very challenging moment in my life. And at that time, I was getting first exposed to the idea of bodybuilding and getting into my masculine side. I kept kind of that feeling I can do it kind of thing. And that's what my path kind of turned another way, which was really important to me at that time, for me to learn about discipline and commitment with something. And it helped me to make this transition from a married life to being on my own. Was very important then. But I was away from the yoga practice and the yoga journey for that time. And for that belief system that most have, that for you to build muscle, you need to eat meat. I got back eating meat, and eating chicken, and eating, you know, what I had to eat in order to build the muscles that I believed that I had to. And so that was it, and then it was really, really powerful. It was a really important time of my life that I got to get to know even more about myself then. Of what I was capable of. And then that phase passed, you know, because there's another thing that I believe, the only constant in life is that everything changes all the time. And I went to this solo trip to Hawaii, which is once again another point of life-changing experience. I went into the solo trip and got to really go deep within myself and understand who I was. And I had a great time in the sense of being there before, this mystical experience. And when I got back, I knew I had to be back teaching yoga and practicing yoga. And here I was, back on the path and back teaching yoga once again. And I got to meet incredible people that helped me to get back into the path. Including the co-owner of Anuttara Shala, where I am very lucky to be able to share my experience and my classes and teach there. Philip Cristulo, I just appreciate him so much, and for everything that he did and he still do it as a master teacher, as somebody that has taught me so much and keep teaching so many people that pass through his teacher trainings and through his classes and everything else. So I feel really honored to be part of the Shala and to know him. But I did my vinyasa training there, and it was one of the best decisions I made. I recently finished the Anuttara Shala training as well. And I've been consistent on my meditation, on my yoga practice, on everything for this past year. And with that consistency, I wanted to, before, because I'm going to Peru in July 9th. And I know that's going to be another one of those mystical experiences and very powerful ones that I would love to share with you. I will share with you. I will have opportunity to share with you not just pictures but videos of what I'm going through there. And so I decided to go raw vegan because of my researches and everything that I have been doing. It was just a natural next step for me to explore my path that way and see how it would improve my meditations, my physical practice, and everything else. So it has been 2 weeks so far, and I feel fantastic. We can start by the physical aspects. Physically, I feel lighter, and with my experiences of bodybuilding, I can tell that most of the weight that I have lost is like water weight. And so my practice has been very fluid, very graceful. I feel great on the mat and off the mat too. Mentally, I don't have so much of a mental fog. I have been very sharp, and emotionally, I also feel very strong and very happy, and I feel this flow and vibration of happy moments, and you know, we all have our ups and down moments, and emotionally sometimes too, but it has helped me to get to know a little bit more about my patterns, about my mental patterns, and even when I reach out to food. One of the things about this diet is that you cannot be hungry, but the reality is that you're hungry every hour and a half, every 2 hours. But if you're hungry, you notice how you're going to tend to reach for the comfort foods and for the things that you think that you need, energetically speaking. But that's one of the things that I noticed. I have been following the path of eating more fruits, and because they have two different lines, you can go more into eating more fats or eating more fruits for your energy source. I've been eating lots of fruits. In the morning I start with smoothie, and for lunch is like what we call a mono meal, which is one kind of fruit, but you eat a lot of it. And for dinner, it's more, you know, when you crave more savory, more of the chewing aspect of food, I make big salads. And then finally, in my meditations, they have been very, very powerful. You know, this vibration, this feeling. It's hard to explain, but it's almost like like I'm raising my frequency, I would say. You know, it's like this internal vibration. I have been feeling even on my dreams when I'm like sleeping. I feel that same sensation. I don't know if you can relate to it, but the way that I can describe is just like you are in bliss, in a state of bliss and peace and feeling good with yourself. But in another cool experience that I have been practicing lucid dreaming. I don't know if you're familiar with lucid dreaming, but lucid dreaming is when we wake up within your dream, and the techniques that you can use, and I can share with you maybe later in other videos. But you practice a way for you to wake up within your dreams. But you have to write down. So I have been writing down my dreams because you don't remember them very well. And some of you already know that I'm working with this technique called quantum healing hypnosis therapy that works also with the same brain waves that when we are dreaming, which are the theta waves of brain, the brain waves, theta, called theta. And but I had for the first time, I woke up within my dream. It was really exciting. It was, I couldn't do anything because the idea is for you to be able to do crazy things, knowing that you're dreaming, maybe jump out of a cliff, maybe fly, you know, things that would be fun for you to do in a dream state. And I wouldn't be able to do anything right after I woke up, but I was happy to have that experience. And I can say that it's due to my meditations, it's due to all those changes that I have been making. And then moving forward, I plan to maybe keep 70% of a raw vegan diet, and then keep maybe cooking meals because I love to cook. It's one of my hobbies. But anyhow, that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you a little bit here today. And I hope to see you very soon. If you're local, maybe come talk to me in person at the Shala. I'm there on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays with Anuttara Vinyasa. On Mondays and Saturdays at 4:30 p.m. with Hatha Charaja. My vinyasas is at 1:15. And at 3 p.m. Anuttara Raja on Saturdays. I would love to see you there. And leave me a comment here, maybe whatever you want to know more, maybe some suggestions for next videos, things that you like to know that I didn't cover here, whatever you like. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.